Alright, we are here for the after stream report. And first thing we did was there was some biters like right there that had moved in, so I had to get them dealt with before the pollution hit them. And then we were going to work on zinc for the activated carbon. And then it was like, man, that's so far out there, I'd rather just use a rail because I have to get iron sticks, which I came over here and set up a extra one of these and a caster for the iron sticks. And I ended up running them all the way back over here. That way I can use them instead of making them out of plates in the little mall thing here for the bolts and stuff. But I haven't set that up yet. So I wanted to make rails, and I needed to get tin to make the solder. So we came down and started setting up the tin stuff. So tin has been completely changed over. So rather than just cooking it in the furnace things, we now take the ore and put it in these, which we already had this part, which makes grade 1 and grade 2. Grade 2 comes over here and gets turned into grade 1. And then that's what went to the furnace. Now it comes in here and gets turned into grade 3 and rejects. The rejects just get turned into grade 1s and get looped back. And then the grade 3 gets turned into grade 4 in these washers, which make more tallings, which we're sending up to make power and the other things we're making with it. I don't remember what it is at this point. And then the dust comes in here and turns into, or the grade 4 comes in here and turns into dust, which then has to go into an arc furnace. So we need graphite and borax. So we got that brought down, and 3 of these to make us graphite from our coke. And then a caster for plates. And then a pipe that runs all the way back up to make the solder. And we ended up using molten tin, molten lead, and tar. Because adding tar to it gave us extra, and well, we have ass tons of tar. By this point, we should be running out of tar, but we're still not. We're using tar for everything. But I got that set up here. There's the 3 ingredients, which were low on lead. I probably need to move the miners again. But we have a full wooden chest of rails, so I'm not too worried about it at the moment. And then we got attacked when I was going to go look at zinc again down here at the tin. They actually tore up the boiler right here. So I had to come down here and deal with them. There's another one not too far away. Luckily, there's some trees that'll hopefully keep them away, but I put 4 turrets here to hopefully help. And then I got on to wanting to do a different way of making the aromatics. So I ended up with this setup. I think I actually decided to go to making the explosives. So I was trying to make explosives, and I've got almost everything needed for the explosives. I just need to get coal in here, not an issue, we have tons of it. And then I needed collagen. So we ended up having to make this for turning urea into cyanic acid and ammonia. And then those needed to come over here with water to turn into melamine and carbon dioxide and more tallings. Because we need the melamine to make this machine, which is an agitator, and we needed that to process making the collagen out of Zipher skin that comes from these guys. So we spent a bunch of time setting all this up. Finding this recipe was a pain in the butt because it's not any of these four things. It's actually whatever that symbol is. So this is giving us bone, skin, meat, and blood, which I have done nothing with the blood, and everything is just going in this box. For the moment, we need to feed this thing saline water, pressurized water, the red substrate, and stone wool. So the pressurized water was just a pump with water, makes it pressurized. And stone wool, we did stone and coke with steam. That got that part done. We're already bringing down the whatever the hell you call that stuff. So we just did this down here rather than sending it down from up north. And our saline water currently is coming from salt and water. In here, I want to do this, but I've got to get rid of the tallings and the other stuff. We didn't have any tar at the moment, so I didn't finish hooking this up. I basically just need to run this over to there, hook that up like that, and that'll get rid of the saline eventually. And then I'll run the tar and the gas later. You notice we have ass tons of salt because we were using salt to break light oil down into sulfur, ash, and petroleum gas. I have no idea. This is one of the recipes that is pissing me. Not how you desulfonize an oil. This is weird and drives me nuts. And there's so little actual good uses for light oil. So I'm just turning it into solid fuel, hoping I will need it at some point, and stuffing it in there to get it used. Our salt is coming from the salt mines, which, holy crap, they just dump shit like you wouldn't believe. I could not believe how fast they were running. They run faster than these yellow belts can actually handle. The reason why we don't have explosives, though, is because we have the urea, we have the skin, we can make steam. We can't make acetic acid. And this is the other thing that pisses me off about this pack, is they allow you to do the research for explosives, but you can't make them. I guess maybe there's another way I can make them, but I can't do them. You know, I can do all the shit to do this, but I can't make that acid. Because the only way to make that acid is to have this research with methanol, chrome, and carbon dioxide. And we're setting up this right here currently to make methanol. That's what we're using the distillants up here. I'll show you in a minute. That's another thing that irritates the hell out of me. is that tar is as good as oil for most cases. So I took and turned as much tar as I could into oil, so much that I have 2 tanks of it that are both almost completely full. And then come to find out, tar for making carbon black is just as good as oil, and tar in a destructive distillation column to give you these distillants is just as good as oil, so there's no reason to make oil. They've kind of made oil useless. The only thing I've used it for is flamer fuel. But this thing at least uses that low grade coke oven gas, so we've got that sent over. Problem is, I can't do anything with any of these but the medium distillates, and I don't even think I can do half of that until I get more research done. So I'm basically right now just stuck with waiting on the research to get done, which means I'm waiting on these slow ass aromatics to get done as I get enough light oil out of here for it to run. We're doing vanadium processing now. We need to do rare earth next. And then we can do this. And then I can stop being quite so pissed off. Oh, and I also need to do nickel now because I need to make nichrome. And I need this nickel processing to do it completely. I don't want to do it half-assed and have to set it up again. So that's what I've been doing for this stream, along with, bitching and grumping and, the usual stuff. But again, I've got so much stuff to make power out of, I almost need to start voiding it. I have so much coal gas, it's ridiculous. I always have coal gas. My tar is getting used up everywhere I can possibly think of. I'm actually filling up on coal coke again, amazingly. And I don't use much power because nothing can actually do anything because I'm constantly just trying to set up more shit that runs very slow. I really, really hate this pack. I'm actually amazed these are finally running. It's nice to see that these two got done and that this one is back to running, and it's only down to coal now, so it's kind of useless. It looks like I've pretty much ran out of all aluminum up here. Go ahead and run this over here so we can get that one done to get the rest of this tin out of here. Take that down and drop it off. I still need to get this little bit of tin up here and a little bit in there. I think there's a little bit of stone right there we need to get rid of, but there's that little bit of aluminum I could run. There's like 266 and 278, so at some point I'll set that up. But that's pretty much all I've done today is fight with biters, look through FNEI, make rails, make a bunch of crap I can't use for stuff that I really want. Now that I'm thinking about it, let me go ahead and look here. So explosives can be done this way, which I can't do because I can't make the collagen. Or it can be done this way. Glycerol needs lard and nichrome. The nichrome I can do this way, but I can't do this way. So we're going to have to set it up this way first. But then I got to get the nickel process. So next thing we're going to be doing nickel apparently. Then lard needs bones, which comes from that thing I did set up already. Well, I guess we can make explosives. We just got to use a different part of the Zephyr and nichrome to make glycerol. And then sulfuric acid. I think there's a way to use. Yeah, we can do iron plate, sulfur, and water. This is the basic recipe from Factorio. So we can do that, or we can use petroleum gas, chromium, water, and acid gas. But we got to get that first. And that'll give us aromatics. So that needs to go on the next line of what we're doing. So we can get more aromatics because we always need aromatics. So I guess our next one is going to be nickel processing and setting up to make sulfuric acid and glycerol so I can finally have my explosives. And I want the explosives so I can make cliff explosives to get rid of cliffs around here. And so I can make the rockets for my rocket launcher. So I can make me a rocket launcher because I've got the recipe. I just haven't made it yet because I can't make the rockets. Then I'll stop being quite so pissed off at the biters. What I'm hoping to do soon is I have this area from here, 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 here. I want to get all of that cut off. I want to get all of that cleared out, get all the cliffs out of there, get all of the biters out of there, set up walls, set up some flame turrets so I can have some peace for a little while. And then I can expand out and stop having everything in this one clump right in the center here. I've been trying to, spread down there, spread over here. This is where I'm going to be doing the zinc, which I've got biters right there that I'm going to have to deal with. But I'm trying to set up the rails so I can get the rods from over here to over there. So I just need to get these explosives done. So it's been a long day. I think the stream lasted for hours or something like that. I had a lot of fun, had a lot of pissing and moaning, and it's a huge. But that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be back in about 2 days, and we'll do it again. Have a good one. Hope you enjoyed and hit the buttons and do the things.